Each day we discuss transactions and market movements worth millions and billions of dollars. Now consider for a moment there are children in this world who lack the pennies to buy just a pencil. And there are thousands of them in Niger in West Africa. And that is where Pencils for Kids tries to make a difference in children's education. Robin Mednick is the executive director of Pencils for Kids, and she joins us here in the studio. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted.
What does Pencils for Kids do?
Pencils for Kids is a small grassroots charity, 100% volunteer, and we help communities in need with programs, libraries, schools, and we started accidentally 5 years ago this month. When I phoned a friend of mine, Dan Galbraith. He had just returned from Niger in West Africa, and he said that the poverty was so astounding that he couldn't function when he came back. He couldn't get the images of the children out of his mind. And he said Canadian judo athletes went to visit a school there and saw that 30 children in one classroom were sharing one pencil. So his heartbreak translated to me over the phone. And I instinctively said, Dan, let's stop talking. Let's just do something. So Dan said, what? And I said, I have no idea. I'll call you back. And that was the beginning. I called the Canadian Embassy in Niger, and I asked them if we could send some things over. And they said, they're an embassy, we can't. But they gave me the name of the mayor of a commune called Libore. And I called him, and that was the beginning.
And tell us a little bit about this particular community, because that's kind of fascinating in itself, is one that you did communicate with and is now the recipient, I guess, of the funds that you raised.
Libore has about 24,000 people. There are 15 villages, most of which have no electricity or running water. They had about 28 schools, all of which except one only went to grade 6. There were no books in any of the schools, no pencils, no supplies, no notebooks, nothing. They actually had nothing. It's hard to fathom for us how they were managing to educate their children. So, and the United Nations came out with a statistic last year and said that of all the countries in the world, of 182 they surveyed, Canada was the 4th best place in the world to live, and Niger was number 182, which was right at the bottom. So they have nothing, Francis.
So what are you giving to these people? Tell us about the charity itself, because a lot of people, they give money and then that's it, it's done. But you're actually giving tangible stuff, and the idea is a pencil. You've got a pencil around your neck.
I do, and actually this is our Wear a Pencil campaign. We started, came up with the idea, how are we going to let the world know and become aware that there are so many children that can't get an education? But if everybody in the world wears a pencil, until every child in the world has one, then when you are wearing your pencil, someone will come up to you and say, are you wearing a pencil? Why? And it's your opportunity to share the story. And what we did is we started sending supplies by the businesses that helped us. I went to my local Office Depot, asked for the manager, Michael Williams came out, and I looked at him and I said, there's 30 children sharing a pencil far away. You don't know me, but can you help? And he looked at me and he said, Robin, I decided this year it wasn't going to be about me. I want to join your team. And that was extraordinary. And then I drove to Staples, and the manager there, Helena, said the same. I mean, she was incredible, and gave us money to help goods, actually. Goods worth $167, and I remember that amount. It was 5 years ago. DHL shipped everything for free for the first 3 years. BIC donated thousands of pens and pencils. It's been an extraordinary coming together of businesses who I think felt the same thing I did when they heard that 30 kids were sharing a pencil and wanted to do something. So what we like to do, aside from sending goods, now we've started a sewing center for girls and scholarships for girls to try and get some entrepreneurial businesses going. And we started a Farmers of the Future program as well, so that the children in primary school will learn agriculture as a business and not just merely for subsistence. So we've started many different programs.
Now, a lot of people would be interested in how things get done on the ground. You're here. How do things get done on the ground? I understand 97% of the funds are raised, go to the community, yes. But how does it get used in the community?
I completely trust this community. I have been there on a number of occasions. They were recommended to me by a member of the Canadian Embassy 5 years ago, so I had a healthy sense of trust then. I knew it was good when we first sent our first box over, and the mayor called the Canadian Embassy to witness the opening of that box. So I work with the head of the bank there, the mayor, the community, the people there. We make sure that we get every original receipt of everything that is sent. We direct where the money is spent in conjunction and collaboration with what their needs are. So I am very comfortable with everything. And what we like to do is make a direct connection with people here. So if you give money, you want to know where your money went, and you want to see the results of it. So if we build a school and you are the one who's funded that school, join us in helping name that school with the community and watch the pictures of it going up, and join with your employees and do a Wear a Pencil campaign and just feel the direct connection, because I think so often we give, we don't know where the money went. And me, personally, I want to know where my money's going. So it matters to me, and I know it matters to people who give to us.
And Robin, how can people give? Let's give some people out there the details that they need.
You go to our website, www.pencilsforkids.com. Call me. I answer all my calls personally. Speak to us. Tell us what you want to do, how you want to help, in what way. We'll work with you. We'll make it relevant to your workplace, to your business. School children everywhere have been participating. So anything you want to do, we are open to anything.
And do you receive, and you were showing this earlier, and when you make a contribution, this is what you might get?
Yeah, these are, we don't sell them, but we give them away for small donations of anywhere from $5 and up. And if your organization or company or school, we give a bunch of them to you, and we trust you that you will give them out and get those donations coming. And it's been a huge fundraiser, and more importantly, an awareness raiser for us. So yes, and I brought actually, they're gifts for you, and one for you as well, in the hopes that you will wear your pencil proudly and let people know.
Robin, great to have you here. Thank you very much for coming and bringing your story.
Thank you. I'm honored.
We were joined by Robin Mednick. She's the Executive Director of Pencils for Kids.